Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the Starladder broadcast. The name is Mr. Danny, and we're gonna be taking a look at our very first best of one of the day, which will be, I'd say, quite the interesting one. aTTaX versus Valiance. Again, aTTaX having Keto playing instead of Tizian. I'm not quite sure what's the reasoning behind it. Is he, what? Is he still standing in yet again, or is a roster change in the aTTaX side? I'm not quite sure, but at the same time, we could note that if you do take a look at the scoreboard, well, Flashy, or to be exact, Flash, the Hungarian player, is playing for Valiance, which is quite weird. And I'm also not sure is Flash standing in for the Valiance side, or we actually seen some sort of roster change. I don't think it's going to be any sort of roster changes for the aTTaX side or Valiance, but hey, what we will be seeing is, of course, this matchup. And this being Mirage, I have to say, it's definitely not a bad map for Valiance. Pretty good map, if you ask me. A pretty good map indeed, on which they have claimed some serious victories. aTTaX, I wouldn't regard them as a very strong Mirage team, but we're gonna have to wait and see, as now Valiance purchasing up some of that utility, if you will. Emmy, Flash. Oh, broke a leg. Yikes. That's never good. Especially if he's in the hospital. Like, if you've broken a leg, you should be still capable of playing Counter-Strike, admittedly. But, if you're still in the hospital, yeah, understandably so. Well, let's see. Valiance playing relatively slowly. They're not going for any sort of aggressive pushes. They're putting a bit more focus towards B part of the map, Letney. And I do believe that's Hunter as well. Both were expecting, oh, maybe there could be a B-Paps push, but no push came. And I think it's about that time that Valiance, they're going to have to be the ones to go for the straight-up push. They still have some of those smokes, which is nice. You know, Emmy or Flash. It's very nice to see whenever on the pistol round, T's push onto the side. It's always very nice to see a CT smoke and a jungle smoke Flashy. I think that's what the smokes they have thrown. And now it looks like the push will happen. Flashy with the flash most excitingly. But now we are seeing the push here, and aTTaX doing a pretty good job. Keto again. Keto with the third one. Almost the fourth, but Flash, he still survives there for a little bit. But no. This is not looking like a very good round for Valiance. It's just that one player in Sandwich doing such a good job at holding off the defense, is that the rest of the players don't really have to do anything. We saw Hunden get the first frag. Keto 3 from Sandwich, very nicely done. Ekman, yes, is able to finish things off there, but aTTaX doing pretty well here for the pistol round. The pistol round worked down relatively well. It looks like Valiance, though, I think it was Flash, maybe? I think he had a smoke, a Flash, and I think he also had a nade. I don't think he really had much of an opportunity to use that grenade, and most notably Valiance, when they were pushing from the ramp, they really weren't that careful about Sandwich, and that is where Keto picked up 3 massive frags for the team. And now Valiance, with them having this force bar right here, I think Hunter might actually get a frag here if possible, if he actually jumps up here. Oh yes, he does. Picks up Keto. He's gonna try to go for more, but the Molotov does prevent him. Let's see. Looks like Valiance is ready. Yeah, they're going into the push. Hunter will be killing Ekman. This is now looking like a pretty good round for Valiance. They're able to get 2 frags on the back of that one player, Hunter. Just getting 2 easy frags. Letty as well timing in with the spray down with the Deagle, if you will. And now Valiance just, all they gotta do, regroup, hit a side. Emmy spots out the CT player. I think Emmy, he doesn't really have to fight the player. He's gotta wait, but Hunden, big shot from both window and top mid, is just not gonna make things any easier for Searson, as he is alone. Kinda stuck here. Yeah, tries to go for the fight, and that is it for aTTaX. I guess we could say that was a very good round. That was a very good round for Valiance. Hunter, the fact that he's able to kill the connector guy, nice. Pretty nicely done. But the fact that he's able to make his way to jungle as well, like, already. In a way, the A side defense crumbles on the back of it. All they gotta take care of is the guy in CT, and boom, that's pretty much their round. And so it was. Valiance, very good investment from their side. And now aTTaX, I think they might have forced up. Yes, they did force up. After all, they're gonna have to do what seems to be a double eco. So the investment, yeah, it does make sense. And the good thing for Valiance is they're now pushing on B, and the B bombs, it is completely empty. They're not gonna be seeing any opposition just yet. There is a guy in top mid. I think that is Hunter Vault people. Oh no. He's gotta be careful. The Terrorcide team, they still gotta be careful. They're up against pistols, alright. And even those pistols in a game of Counter-Strike can do some serious damage. Let me? Yes, he's waiting for the boost. What? I don't think that was intentional. I don't think Searson was thinking about baiting out any sort of shots. He just kind of got unlucky there while he's jumping up. Let me know. Yes, he gets taken down. The Valiance team is going to have to hold here. It's not working out for them. Joxic and Hunter. Look at Hunter go! As now Hunter left in a 1 versus 2, but there's barely any time. There's barely any... Oh, Ekman's got the kit. He's got the kit. He won the round already. aTTaX. Oh boy, the player to step up, the most unlikely player to step up for aTTaX is Hunter. Absolutely insane stuff. And the force buy. The risk for aTTaX pays off huge. They're able to win a round. That is, of course, something you always expect when you be going for a force buy. Because really, if you're not going to be able to win the round in a force buy scenario, then you're just hurting your economy unnecessarily. In a game of Counter-Strike, the money game is, yeah, I'd say it's quite important. It is definitely quite important. And Valiance, I'm not quite sure how they were able to, pardon me for saying it, but throw such an advantage that they had. They were also kind of taking their sweet time while planting the bomb, which was weird. And you can't say that their positions were that bad. It's just that some of the players weren't able to hit the shots. Hunter, though, I think actually... Oh, no, that's Searson with the up. So, still expects a player down in top mid, but Searson's got to be careful. Look at Hunter. If Searson's going to go, yeah, he's going to try... No, he still takes the fight in the Molotov, but otherwise, he's kind of stuck there. Hunter, he's got the good angle. And talk about the Terrorcide team. They're already making progress on this A bomb side. aTTaX. They have 2 guys in CT. Well, make that 1 guy in CT has led me with the frag onto Kiddo. This is not looking good here for aTTaX. Stefan and Ekman, I think they're still gonna try to go for this one, but once the bomb will be planted, that's pretty much gonna be impossible. The P comes in. Oh, Ekman not able to get the frag, but look at this. It's impossible for Stefan to stay alive there, and so Ekman, I think he should consider about backing away, but he's on the side. Gotta try game duels, but it's so difficult. Okay. This round looked much better from Valiance, you have to admit. Once they get the initial frags going, they regroup, they hit the A bomb set, they have a guy in Palace, they have people from Connector doing a very good job at taking the side, because after all, aTTaX, their players are playing relatively passively towards CT. It's also a good thing for Valiance that they're already able to kill 1 guy towards CT. So if they kill the guy in CT, they're probably expecting, well, if there could be another guy in CT, alright, then we're just not gonna plan for that part of the map. We plan it for sort of ramp, which is a very good spot. Not a lot of teams do use that spot, which is quite dissatisfying to see. And now aTTaX. That's not really working out for Ekman. We saw the angle he took there. Tries to go for the fight, doesn't work out. So does Kiddo. And this is not looking so good here. Not looking so good here for aTTaX at this point. I honestly would have liked to see what we saw them do on the first time they did a force, but actually just pushed up middle. That kind of worked out for them, because when it came down to... Oh, okay, Undon tries to be a little bit cheeky there. Okay. I think this is... Oh, seriously. He actually gets a very nice tap here. Help taps as well into Emmy. I don't think... Yeah. He gets tapped down himself. Not gonna be able to save the AK-47 anytime soon. But what I did say, right? what I did say is that I really would have liked to see aTTaX actually going for a similar push we saw them doing that second round, but they did go for the force buy. Because really, once they have so many people towards middle, when they heard the bomb was planted on B, they can like, okay, let's go towards B. We still have a 5 versus 5. We might just be able to do some damage. And not only were they able to do some damage while it's entering the side, but they also were able to win the round. Remember, Hunden picking up free. The guys in short also doing a very good job. Well, this is going to be a good old-fashioned from aTTaX. That's a good flash being thrown out there, but sadly, not a single frag from them. This is kind of what I wanted to see from them, but because they don't have any sort of the armor, they're so squishy. They're so squishy, and the AKs can just rip through them. And that is quite the easy round for Valiance. But I think if we ever see aTTaX go for a similar push when they, when aTTaX had the armors and also the upgraded pistols, I think it could have been a bit more successful. But now you're seeing both teams with a pretty good investment. aTTaX buying up, not having the defuse kit is a bit dissatisfying if it comes down to retake. But at the same time, looks like they're gonna try to supplement it by going for the early fights. Hunden in short, probably not the player you are expecting to see try to get the early engagement, but he definitely is capable of. We've seen him before in the past, and even yesterday, quite constantly and quite consistently getting frags on B plateau against Wendigo. And now he's gonna try to do it towards ladder room, but I think there's a smoke allowing him to actually back away, and he goes lurking through the smoke, but Letney is a bit too quick on the trigger. And that is not a very good start for aTTaX. It is a good one for Valiance. They killed a short player. Not only that, but you could say they have mid control. They have Letney down in window. That is a very good position to be holding. To cut off any sort of rotations. Flashy being around means that, well, it looks like Valiance hasn't pushed up aggressively, but no, Flashy knows. The fact that he kills one guy, he doesn't expect the second one, but that is still good enough for Valiance to get the refrag, plant the bomb, and eventually at this point win the round. Because Stefan and Searson, look at the players. They're already backing away. They're here towards the B bombs. They're gonna try to save if possible. I think they will be able to save. But they don't have to peek. They don't have to peek here against Valiance. They can, though, hold the angles. Which as I'm expecting for them to do. Stefan, though, the off angle. Could actually work out here to kill Joxic, but Joxic ducks in a bit too early. And Valiance, they don't necessarily have to go for the peaks here. They're going to be losing guns themselves, which is never a very good prospect. So it looks like aTTaX will be able to save their weapons, thus having extra firepower. No, Stefan. Okay, he's going to drop dead. That's just a bit dissatisfying to see, but they're still able to save the op onto Searson, which is a valuable weapon. Even in a round like this where they don't have the best of weapons, they really just have those upgraded pistols. Searson, if he's gonna be the one to try or say go aggressive, he gets a frag, he might just, well, one of his teammates might be able to get a AK-47 out of it. If Searson gets another frag, that's already, look, a 5 versus 3 on the back of just saving that 1 AWP. I wonder if it's actually gonna work out for aTTaX as I planned. Kiro going in for the play, kills Flashy. Talk about guns being salvaged. He's gonna be getting that AK-47 for free pretty much. Not really standing up much to the play here, Flash. And now I think Valiance will have to continue on with the push. They're gonna have to be careful about outs. They throw the Molotov. Yes, Hunden though, peeking through the smoke. That is quite uncanny from him. Ekman picking up the frag. Look at the attack side, fragging now. Doing a very good job. Kiro now, this is the perfect time to pounce. And Searson, the man I was actually hyping up in that round, only able to get the last kill, but already like some of the players, Kiro, Hunden, really doing a good job. My goodness. I'm quite surprised to see that was the case in that round. Nicely done by aTTaX. To see that the players, even with pistols, able to win that one. But Valiance, that I don't know, honestly, from Valiance's point of view. They really didn't have any sort of information at that point in time. It was pretty much just a rush at that point. They're like thinking, well, one of our guys dies towards apps. We might actually still continue on with the push. And because they were taking such a long time to actually enter the bomb site, we already saw aTTaX players rotating in. And really, there was still that one player, aTTo, down in apps. In such a difficult scenario for Valiance to be in, but they could make it a bit better here with the frags towards connector. Not that bad. aTTaX, he should try to back away here, but he's actually going to try to continue on fighting here. Unnecessary stuff from aTTaX. But as he tries to retreat, Hunden can now get the frag on Letney. This is looking much better now for aTTaX. Oh, seriously, there's a what? How did Hunter make his way towards CT spawn? I think that was towards window, but the fact that Searson is still able to get the frag is absolutely nutty. And now Stefan, he's gonna watch the cross. Has been smoked off, but he still can kill Joxic. And this is now bad, very bad for Valiance. They dropped the bomb in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, not a very good scenario. I'm quite surprised the terrorist player wasn't able to kill Searson. That is so weird. He wasn't quick enough, or at least I'm thinking what the terrorist side player was planning on doing. I think it wanted to go towards ticket booth. If he gets towards ticket booth, he might actually be spawning out any more CT players. That is, of course, a very good information play. But I think he was simply spotted out with one of the CTs. Searson gets the intel, goes for the 180, picks up the frag. Some easy stuff for him. But right now, Valiance, I have to say, they've been doing a very good job in their mid takes. Like, the way the Serbian team has been able to take middle is quite surprising, to be honest. But the problem is, they're still going to continue on pushing A. I don't know if this is the right call. They're, of course, going to try to. Some Molotovs and utility being used by aTTaX. But now as the push is happening, aTTaX is a pretty good headshot angle. Could definitely pick up a couple more, but he does get only one. And look at aTTaX. He's still under dark. No one really has checked him. And so, if the bomb is going to get planted, he's going to have the perfect time to pounce Hunter down to CPL. And aTTaX, he's got to wait. All he's got to do is just wait at this point. Spawning out one, spawning out the second. No one really checks aTTaX. And so, Hunter, left in a quite difficult 1 versus 3. aTTaX now finishes off with a 3K. Good. Some good stuff there from alternate attacks. They're able to hold on, and you could also say it's a bit dissatisfying for Valiance. Oh, I think I saw someone in the chat. Is it Valiance? Valiance. Okay. Sorry about the mispronunciation, Messiah one. I'll try to keep that in mind. And so, terrorist side team, you know, they're actually making their way onto the bomb site, which isn't that bad. The problem was that they do check dark. They see a smoke and they're thinking, well, whatever, we're gonna maybe check it later once the smoke blooms, alright? And the problem is, no one checks it. No one checks that part of the map. aTTaX just sits there, waits for the perfect time, and gets it. Just like aTTaX gets this frag right here. Back in a way should make sense for aTTaX, but he's probably gonna get rushed down by Joxic, which is understandably so. Like, he's a low HP player. I do like the play here from the Serbian team, and oh no, Hunden, no, that's not good enough. I don't know why, but he thought there was no one towards the ladder room. It's quite dissatisfying. Now Valiance. I mean, this being just an eco for them, it's definitely not that bad. I mean, Flash, he's got the M4 in his hand, Letney with the CZ, and they already killed 2 players, right? That's pretty good. They still have a possibility this round, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not looking very easy for them. I think Flash is about to make his way towards short, but as Stefan is holding actually 2 angles at the same time, he's got his teammate backing him up. Or does he? No, he's towards window, so if Stefan misses the shot, this gives a pretty good opportunity here for the Valiance guys. Valiance guys, oh, Stefan, there we go, picks up the frag, and kind of close to killing Letney right there. He has been softened up, Stefan. Letney could definitely try to go for the frag, but he's going to go for the plant. Nice stuff for him. Actually gets the bomb plant and, well, winning the round quite hard, but I have to admit, but with that bomb plant coming in, this is turning out to be a very good round for the Serbian side. Stefan finally gets the frag. Like I said, that's overall a pretty good round for the Serbian side. The fact that they're able to kill 2 They will also get a bomb plant. That's overall decent for them. Well, so far so good, I'd say, for aTTaX. This has been looking like a pretty decent round, I have to admit, for them, and the entirety of the half is looking quite good for them. Valiance, they've been doing themselves quite good. You know, the scoreline is pretty even at this point. I wouldn't say that neither team has really come out on top. Searson, though, picks up Emmy. This kind of makes things a bit harder for the Serbian team. Because previously, the one thing that I gloated about, the one thing that I really liked what they were doing, is taking mid control. It's really been working out for them. They've been not necessarily getting picks, sometimes even the picks, yes. But most notably, the fact that they're able to still take mid presence and then slowly but surely have a guy boosted up in window or have a player to go short. It's been really good for the terror side team, but now as they try to take mid, they get shut down by Searson. And now Hunden as well in window. He's kind of stuck here in window, but that is still a pretty decent trade there. Yes, they're able to kill Hunden, but in the end, 4 versus 3. Not that bad of a start for the German side. And now we have to note one very simple fact. You know, Stefan, he could actually be alone towards the B side at this point. The fact that he's holding that sort of wide angle, he can see if there are players coming from underpass, coming straight from B apps. He's got a very good angle, except that no one's really watching his back. Now we have Searson down there towards kitchen. I think Valiance is making a lot of noise here. If that's a flash, very good flash. Keto going in for the peek. Letney shuts down Ekman. He's still on the side here with Yaw picking up 3. This is good for him. Oh no. Will the timing get him? Yes. Very poor timing for him. Quite unlucky. And now Hunter, he's gonna wait. And here's Stefan throwing that, I think, smoke grenade. And I think Searson is gonna go for the defuse. He can actually throw a flash at this point. Why he doesn't throw the flash is quite confusing, I must say. Like in that scenario, you have 2 flashes. You're defusing the bomb. You're going for the insta defuse. Why not throw those flashes? All you gotta do is just pick up the flash, throw it, and easy peasy. And then I think in that scenario, Hunter isn't able to accomplish anything at that point. I think he might miss the spray. He may not be able to get it. Or at least the CT player that's defusing the bomb has got maybe a second or so to defuse it. Quite a weird round overall. Searson, wow, okay, it looks like Searson again will be getting a frag. Okay. What is going on here? aTTaX. I did not expect this, but they go for a bit of a change up in the playstyle they've been playing. You know, pretty much they've been having like Lonesome Searson pushing up middle, getting a frag, but we also saw players pushing ramp as well, and also Hunden towards short. That is actually very neat to see from aTTaX. They're not afraid of the terror side team. They're still going for these aggressive plays. So far, so good. Yes, they do end up losing Hunden in the process, but they still have a 4 versus 2. Stefan, he's actually watching B apps. There's a very good position down there towards the side, the B bomb site, where Stefan can actually jump up if C players pushing short. But he's not going to be having the intel. He may not expect it. Hunter picks up Stefan. Oh, double Molotov at the same position. Not the best utility usage. But what we can say is that Hunter will now probably try to plant the bomb, and it's going to be in 1 versus 3. Gonna try to pick up the frags. There we go. Starts off with Ekman. Very good start for him. But now Keto, I think he should realize the approx position of Hunter. He's probably behind the side. They don't land a shot. And Hunter, he's kind of stuck here. He's gonna go for the fight, and he's gonna die in the end. Valiant effort. Valiant effort from Hunter. It's just that, you know, it's a 1 versus 3. It's very hard to win those. Good to see he tries to go for the wide peak. Kills the player in kitchen. Very good start, but still. And then in that scenario, 2 CTs, they just group up, kill the player. Nicely done. But the problem is for the terror side team is that the first half, it's coming to a close, alright, and they don't really have a lot of money. They're simply gonna have to go for a good old-fashioned eco at this point. They go for the eco, and then you're gonna be having a pretty good investment, I do believe, because some of the players, they've got around 2,000, 3,000 each. That's not that bad. And if they're also able to get the bomb plant, that's even better. But this time around, Valiance, whoops, isn't even challenged towards middle. They're in fact able to take very easy mid control with only the pistols. I think it's the back of, you know, not only is aTTaX playing this sort of setup, that they are playing risky from Searson. Some risky stuff there from Searson, but if I were to go back to what I was saying, I think aTTaX, they were probably expecting some sort of fast push from the Serbian team, and that is why they're not even having any players towards middle. I think we do have now Hunden, who's holding quite passively, just seeing if there are any terrace side players who might be down in window. He's in a pretty good position, I must say. What are the D players to sneak past through him? Somehow. But at this point, you know, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the terrace side team, but it's still an eco, so whatever. Just get the eco over with and think about how you're going to be winning the very last round of the first half. Searson is going to make things a bit more difficult here for Emmy, as he does get the frag, and there we go, 8-6. Okay, looks like Valiance will only be having the AK-47s. I was maybe thinking there could be a player who might purchase up the AWP, but really rocking the AK-47s isn't really that bad. But are they actually going to try to take mid? I mean, it hasn't been really working out for them. I'd love to see someone to go underpass. Then the terrace side team might be having a bit better affair at taking middle. Oh, Searson. We haven't really used this position before. This could really work out for the CT side. But alas. They saw the terrace side team throwing some flashes. I think they also throw the cross smoke. Oh, what happened here? Hunden. Ooh, Hunden's feeling it. He's going aggressive. Look at the plays he's doing. Very good game for Hunden so far. The in-game leader. He's got the cojones to actually go for that push towards underpass. Kills the guy. Sadly isn't able to kill Emmy. He does arrive at 11 points of health, but again, this is not that bad for aTTaX. But overall, I think we could favor Valiance. After all, they're the team, they're the terrace side team that's gonna have to make the push, and whatever side they choose, they're gonna be having the advantage. Now the push will commence. I would have liked to see the Molotov used for, say, Dark, but I guess that will also work out. Searson, oh, he hasn't been smoked off. They're still in the gap. Quite a huge gap, in fact. And so, where will they plant the bomb? Will it be for sure? Ah, they're gonna take the safe route. This is pretty good here. Overall, a pretty good plant spot. They need to have some players in ramp. They do so. That's gonna make the plant position so much better. But aTTaX, they have to hurry up here. They honestly have to hurry up. They have the kits, which isn't that bad. But they're going to have to flush out these terror side players out of positions. And I don't think that's going to be the case. They're taking way too much time here, aTTaX. This is pretty much over at this point. I don't think they can win this one. Emmy, he is low on HP. What is going on here? Emmy now down to a 1 versus 1. But Stefan... Wow. Oh, jeez. I didn't even think that's a possibility. Alternate aTTaX doing such a good job at the retake. I was thinking, like, okay... They're probably not going to be having a lot of time to win this one, but for me, the probably most weirdest thing is that they only had one player in ramp. One player in ramp. There's no way in the world Emmy can win that 1 versus 2. He's got to take the one-on-one duel against the Opera. The Opera misses. Yeah, that could work out, but really, in that sort of scenario, if you're counting for the Opera to miss, that's a very difficult round to win. But the fact that aTTaX, they were taking it slow, I was thinking, well, I think they're taking it too slow, but the fact with that when they're entering the site, they're able to pick up the frags. That truly counts in their victory here. Not bad. Good job, aTTaX. Very good job. Pick up a victory. 9-6 is a very good scoreline for them, I'd say. I never really regarded alternate aTTaX as a very strong city side team. I expect them to perform more on the T side. And this being Mirage, I think that's definitely a possibility. when they have individuals like Keto, Searson on the up, even Hunden is looking very good here. We are gonna have to wait and see, as aTTaX is playing very passively on their terror side setup, very similar to what we saw from Valiance. But this time around, they are going to be going for a push on the A bomb. So the good factor here for aTTaX is they also have players coming out from Connector Joxic, while is expecting the pistol. And wow, this is pretty much rip here for Hunden. He's kind of stuck here in a very difficult scenario. And yep, that's so hard to win, so hard to win. And the fact that I think there's one big problem for aTTaX pushing that round. You know, they throw the smokes, that is good and all, but they would peek in way too early. They should have waited for the smokes to bloom. Then they might have a better opportunity at winning the round. The connector play, loving it. Very good possibility for them to actually overcome the CT side defense, but it just simply doesn't work out for aTTaX. Doesn't work out. And so, the Serbian team, they're going to be forcing up here as expected. Okay, here goes in Hito with the Keto with the 1D. I kind of want to say Hito for some odd reason. It is definitely Keto. And this isn't looking that bad now for the T's. They are able to kill one individual. Nice. I would honestly like to see somebody like from the attack side to call the same setup they had previously. I think it could actually work out for them. Looks like Ekman is trying to do some damage, or at least attract some sort of tension, and so far so good. There's two players on the B side, but they're gonna commit to the B bomb side push. Then I'm not sure what Stefan is doing here. He's kind of out of position, and now Keto, he is stuck. Yeah, he's kind of stuck here. Oh no, Keto! Let me pick it up both of those frags, and so plants the bomb. This is looking much more doable for him, as he does have the FAMAS in hand, playing in not the best sort of position. This could really get overwhelmed. He's gonna try to take the aim duels at this point. Flash, trying to check the angles. The MP9, I don't think it's gonna win the duel against Keto. He's still with the FAMAS, but ooh, looks like Keto will be peeking in the crosshairs of Flash. Overall, I guess we could say that is decent for aTTaX. Like I said, you know, when you make the force spy, you want to try to get the victory into the round. They weren't able to do so here, which is quite satisfying, but they are able to get the bomb plant, and the fact that they buying up here, they're gonna be going for another force spy here. This is interesting. They were still able to have some money in the previous round. They planted the bomb. That means that players like Searson and Keto are gonna be having AK-47s. That is very neat. Fast play from aTTaX. They're going in here. One of their players does burn alive to a crisp, but that is not that bad. They're able to enter the site by killing two defenders, and now they can, of course, plant the bomb. Keto picks it up. They don't have to challenge the players in window. They don't have any sort of utility to deter them, and all they gotta do is now wait. They still have a player in apps who's also expecting some sort of push, but it's probably not gonna be happening, as the majority of the Valiance players are there towards kitchen. And I think they're gonna try to maybe go for this one, but they haven't been able to find a frag for about 10 or so seconds, so now they're thinking about it, and yes, they are backing away. They're gonna try to keep their weapons into the next round, and aTTaX with this quite wacky buy are able to claim the round win. This is obviously good. Flash will be killing Hunden, and I think he only had the C set, so that doesn't matter that much. Searson takes down Letny. They're gonna try to make this round a bit more expensive here for the Serbians, and already that's not that bad. They killed one, and Valiance, because of they killing one of their own, I think they're just gonna have to eco this one out. Well now, Fast play coming in. Joxic missing the shot. I think one of his teammates is able to help out to kill Searson, but Hunden refrags. That is good. That is a very good trade for the aTTaX team. But at the same time, Valiance, they lose one of their operas, and that is very dissatisfying, because when you take a look at the weaponry that they have in the round like this, they make up the decision at the last possible seconds to actually go for a force buy. And then they have weapons like FAMAS's CZ on Heavy, and that is simply not good enough. No, that is not some real good weaponry. Not to mention, zero utility could be deterring any sort of pushes. That flash might help out. Well, now Letney's dead. Probably not so much. Hunter doesn't even have armor in this scenario. I didn't even notice it. He didn't even have armor. He had the M4 alright. But not having armor makes you quite the squishy player, I'd say. Emmy, I think he's maybe not thinking about the save here. I think he should try to retrieve the AK, pardon me, not the AK-47, the AWP if possible. But he's actually making his way towards ramp, which is weird. Or maybe top mid, I guess. If that is the case, then that is pretty good. And one of the players drops. Oof. That's letting out. Emmy? Yes, he gets the AK-47. That is already a good haul for him, because his team, I mean, they're not going to be having real money. They're going to have a very little amount of money. So saving even this AK-47 is very valuable for them. Even though aTTaX will be having their 11th round, that in no way means that the Serbian team can't make a comeback. Trust me. They're on the CD side. I would arguably say the more better side to be starting on, especially when you have a player like a stand-in, because all you have to do is just tell him, yo, could you hold this site for the entire duration of our CT side, and that could be enough. On the T side, I think it's a bit trickier to play with a stand-in, but on the CT, I don't think there's many problems. And talking about problems, the fact that we don't see one of Valiance's players, I think he does have a problem. Hope it's not something serious like a technical issue or anything like that, but the fact that he drops out is not very good. But he's back. Okay, he is back. Letney's back, and we can get this show on the road. I think Emmy, yes, he makes the good choice of actually purchasing armor this round. Oh no, pardon me, he had armor from the previous round. Yes, that's correct. So he's gonna be the one to have the AK-47. Understandably so. Understandably so. Have that AK-47. Maybe he could actually get a couple frags here if possible. We actually saw, if you guys remember, aTTaX. They won the round where Searson was able to save the AWP. It's just that Searson didn't even need to get any sort of kills. It was his players with pistols doing all the work. But Emmy looks like he's gonna be the one to play a bit more aggressive here. Towards ramp at least. Oh, that's not a bad flash, I will admit, but not only isn't effective for Keto, it's just that Emmy kind of throws away their weapon. Of course, he wants to try to get some sort of engagement going for his team, but I would much have loved to see other players also join in the fight. Sure, if Emmy dies, someone can also pick up the AK-47 and maybe get the frag if possible. But the fact that there's one Emmy pushing through, that is so weird. But what we can say is that aTTaX, man, this round is so easy for them. They kill two, they take the bomb site, they're gonna plant the bomb, no issues whatsoever. Valiance will now be able to get back with that same AK-47. Why not? They can definitely keep it. Keep it into the next round, as they're still gonna be making an investment. Gonna try to get some hex strikes here if possible. Oh no, they dropped the AK. Keto's gonna try to go for more, and yeah, he gets two in fact. That's a bit dissatisfying that Joxic didn't join the party, and he's kinda not able to do anything at this point. Like, if there would have been an AK-47 in his hands and the rest of his teammates pushed through, sure, why not? But now he's kinda stuck here, so no AK-47 will be saved, and oh, he's gonna die in the end as well. After all, he only had a USP, so I mean, I don't blame the dude. It's just now we have to be quite careful if you're Valiance. If you're Valiance, I mean, 12-8, you can still definitely reach aTTaX's scoreline, or even greater. But if you're going to be losing some of the more crucial gun rounds like this one, things could get south quite quickly. So you have to be very focused on even riveting this round. If you do so, get the consecutive round as well. Then the scoreline would be 10-12, and I think aTTaX might even have to go for an eco. And now it looks like the push will be happening. No smokes, no nothing. And aTTaX just walking through. Oh no! No one's watching. Jock6 left. As he's gonna get taken down. Flash with an ult to do on the side. Picks up 2. This is good stuff from Flash. But now the trade frags, they're coming in. And still, aTTaX is coming out on top. Somehow enough. The bomb is on the side. Ooh. That's not a very good place to want to be in. Hunden though goes for the spray. He goes for the long spray, in fact. Emmy has been softened up very much so. That is only down to 22 points of health. Kills Keto. The nade? No, the nade's not going to be the finisher, but Hunden's been spotted. He's not in a very good position to win this round. If he gets a lucky spray, maybe. But Hunden knows. He knows the approx position of the player. He could be in the smoke. He could be towards CT. He spots him out. Hunden through the box will be able to claim the round just because of them getting that frag. Good clutch for Hunden. And of course, that's a round for win for aTTaX. I don't think it should have ever been that close. It's just that surprisingly enough, I think that was Flash on the A-bomb side. Flash was on the A-bomb side, and he's able to kill 2 terrorist players. That is good. That is very good for the CT side team. If they were just able to, for say, isolate that player a bit quicker, aTTaX wins that round every single day of the week. I don't think we would be even seeing a similar clutch. And so, aTTaX is gonna try to what I seem to be, and what it seemed to be looking like a good old-fashioned mid-take. But they're slowing down, and understandably so. They should be slowing down. There's no need to be going out very fast, because you probably realize Valiance is not going to be having the best of weapons. Maybe pistols, like we do get to see right here. So going for a fast play, some teams tend to do it, but when making the fast plays, you could be making mistakes. You may not be checking all the angles, and this is weird. I'm not quite sure, but the German team will be going for a very tight choke point. They're able to go through, which is good for them, but that is still quite risky. I'd say Hunter now gets a free case somehow. Okay, sadly we didn't get to see his point of view. Like, he's stepping up. This is just not Hunter padding stats. He's getting impact frags. You know, yeah, should be able to flush out here. He's pretty much dead at that point. That's a good round for aTTaX. No, Toronto's, you could say that Hunden's a lucky individual, but I'd say he's probably one of the more unlucky players in Counter-Strike. I think he's got, maybe not now, but it was definitely one of the back of the days you could say that Hunden probably is the player that's got the awfulest, the worst statistics in Counter-Strike. But the thing is, for Hunden, like, he goes to one team, he builds up talent in that team, and then they kick him. He goes to another team, builds up the talent, and they kick him. Like, I think that was the case for Heroic. That was the case for Tricked. And I do wonder what's the storyline going to be with this German team. Maybe not the same case, alright. Maybe not the same case. But you have to address this round. We already saw one of the players, Jets Joxic, with the AWP, able to kill Searson. That is obviously very good for Valiance. And now look at Ekman. He's going through. He's pushing the B side. They're putting a lot of confidence, the C side team, onto Emmy. The fact that he would be able to hold on his own, but the fact that he drops, we're all seeing an instant rotation. Flash kills Hunden, but still aTTaX. I think they're gonna go for this A side hit. They have players coming out from ramp, and also that is where the bomb will be making its way from. It's just that now Stefan is gonna have to be quite the impactful player. Ekman, he can't really do much. He is low on HP, but Stefan, he's in jungle. This is a good spot to kill players from connector. Not so much from CT. Someone's gonna have to cover Ekman, and well, the bomb plant will happen. That is good. He's also got a Molotov. Finally pops it, and this is now looking a bit better for the Germans. A bit better, but not too much. Looks like Jox is gonna try to peek. I think he realized where Stefan could be, but Joxing still drops dead. Kiro takes down Letny, and now this is a good round for aTTaX. Stefan gonna get the flash in, but that's not a very good flash. Hunter probably should not have given away that frag for Hunter so easily and so quickly, but he's still gonna be going for the save. Not sure why he doesn't pick up the op though, as Joxing had an op, but okay. Gonna be taking that AK. I guess that's not that bad as well. This is nice. That's nice from aTTaX. Some players, they know when, oh, you know, the bomb, it has been planted. Probably the guy is already going for the save at this point. And they were expecting, well, there's a slight chance Hunter could be already in T-spawn. So let's not push out throughout T-spawn unless he could kill us. And then we would be giving away guns for nothing. And that's good, you know, even though they've got quite a decent bag. They have quite a decent bag. I mean, they still don't give away too much. Letny gets tagged down. I don't think the call has been made. I don't think they realized there could be a player down and lower. Down and underpass. And so Ekman is seeing some trouble. There's a decent amount of players there towards mid. Remember, they have player close by short. They have player in underpass. There's some very good position, except that Emmy, I mean, the problem for Emmy is he's really gonna try and get that frag. If he's not able to get the frag, that is where I think the round, again, crumbles for Valiance. Oh, okay, that's a good smoke. Valiance. Let's see, though. The fact that Ekman has been able to push up so aggressively in B apps means that aTTaX is gonna try to take the gamble to kill Hunter, one of the better players here for Valiance. Hunten drops Joxic. This is now looking very good. Hunten picks up Flash again. One guy, Hunten, is needed to call off a rotation as he picks up two. Letny and Emmy have got 0 to none intel. They don't know where the bomb has been planted. Now I think they kind of realize it. I think Emmy now, the fact that he's in short, probably realized this is probably a B-side hit. Letny, yeah, he's been Molotov not. Like Emmy, he's gonna have to get the frag, and he's not. Letny now. This is so difficult for him. He's gonna try to go for the play here after all. This is the last round. This is it. This is RIP. Okay, wait a minute, Letny. It may not be over just yet. It's a 1 versus 2. A bit more doable. Trying to bait out the shot. Might actually kill F, and doesn't though. Very close. The crosshair was right on him, and that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. We do get to see a team claim victorious. That's, of course, going to be the German side of aTTaX doing a pretty good job. Why not? I mean, the T side, that's the thing. I said that aTTaX, they're not really a very strong CT side team. They had a good CT side team, and to compensate it, they had even a better terror side. So that was nice to see. Valiance, hope I'm not butchering the name. I think I kind of forgot the pronunciation of that team's name. I'm very sorry about that, but they're still going to be having a bunch of opportunities here at the Bets.net Challenger Series. Hope they're going to be able to come out through as a good team, but for now, that's a victory for aTTaX. I think they're sitting now 2-0 with victories against some of the better teams. Wendigo, Valiance. That's good. That's very good. But that's it for this matchup. Hope to see you all in the next matchup. I'm not quite sure what's it going to be against, but I'm pretty sure, this being Group A of the Challenger Series, there's some definitely decent European teams. So stay tuned for that, as we're going to be jumping into our very next matchup.